Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. I'm so excited to read for you again. What do you want to talk about today, baby?
Today, the shadow work. I've been wanting to work on my relationship with my mother. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like I'm always angry with her. I feel like I always have an attitude with her, and I feel really guilty.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know exactly where that comes from. Like, I can think of things, but I feel like they're all excuses, or I feel like they're things that need to be let go.
Okay, fair. All right, so what question do you want to start with? Or do you just want me to pull cards and see what comes up?
Yeah, because I really don't know where to go with this.
All right, well, I've pre-shuffled 4 decks for you, so let's start with the situation. And I'll begin with the mystical, what is it? Oh God, something tarot mystical. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it right now. Situation, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, it's about nurturing. It's about beauty and taking care of the home and taking care of oneself. The Queen of Pentacles as a situation, this is about how somebody feels loved and nurtured. Is how I feel. It's something about loving and nurturing from you. Have you always felt like kind of separate from your mother? Is what it feels like. Like maybe, or is she very, either she's very loving or you feel like she's not loving enough?
It's weird, like, because in my subjective experience, I feel like she wasn't there. Like, I do feel like she was more about herself, but I think from other people's perspective, that it might look like she was like a very caring. I guess I struggle with them. Like, maybe because I have a bad memory I block memories. Maybe it's like, like the whole like defense mechanism, but I feel like she paid more attention to herself than me.
Okay, that makes sense, because with the Queen of Pentacles coming up, like the Queen of Pentacles, when you're talking about a reading, it in yourself, it's totally about focusing on yourself and what you need to do. So there's this resistance. I'm feeling like there's this resistance about it because your mom, in putting herself first, that's actually a good example for you, is what I'm hearing. I want to pull another card about the situation with your mom, and then I want to get one about you and one about your mom. So let's see what comes out. Another situation card is the Devil. Okay. A card about you. What is your energy in this? The Hangman. Oh, yeah. Okay. And the card about your mom in this is the Lovers. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. Was your mom married when you were coming up, or in relationship in some sort? Did she have a personal relationship, like a romantic relationship of her own? And did you feel like you had to compete in some sort of way with that person ever, or not really?
She dated a lot. Like, she had like a bunch of guy friends or whatever, and I just kind of felt like she focused a lot on trying to find a partner than me.
Yeah, okay. So the situation, that's where the Devil energy is confirming the situation as well. The Five of Wands, that's all the different partners. The Hierophant, she was looking for a mate. She wanted to get married with the Four of Wands. I didn't even show you the clarifiers. So look at the clarifiers here. We have the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, and the King of Swords. So in this situation, it's like her focus really was on trying to find the right mate for her. Okay. So with the Devil coming out as a second card about the situation, we have the Queen of Pentacles again, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So it's like you couldn't change her mind. You couldn't change her focus. She was going to try to take care of herself and what she needed to do. She was very determined to do that. One thing it seemed like your mother knew was that triggered you. They're saying this was the trigger point, is that your mother understood that if she didn't do these things for herself, nobody was going to do it for her. So she was very determined in that. So in your energy, it's interesting because you're coming up with the Hangman. So this situation and how it triggers you with your mom, it's kind of causing a holdup in your energy. It's causing a hang up in your energy. It's keeping you in a certain place in a certain way. Let's get the clarifiers over that. For this Hangman energy, we have the Strength card. We have the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So what it's telling me is you really want to take a different perspective right now, because there's something in you that's telling you that she is not a reason, like it's not in her. It's interesting because it's not in her the energy of tension. The tension is definitely on your side of the table, and you really want to solve this. You really want to solve this. So what it is there's with the Strength card and the High Priestess, it's like there's this inner struggle going on within you to let go of some ideas of trying to control the situation or feeling like you needed more from her. In her side, she's showing up with the Lover's card. Okay, so for her, she's still very focused in some way on her, either if she has a lover now, on her lover, or still on trying to have that lover. But ultimately, she does love you is the first thing that this card said. Your mother does love you.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is, right? It's like, I know that she loves me, but I'm still so angry, which is why I feel so guilty. And it's like, why can't I let it go? Like, I understand, like, logically, I can understand she wants a relationship, she wants to feel loved. But then I look at my relationship with my daughter, and it's like, I do that. Like, I have those similar qualities, but I always consider my daughter's, like, emotions and her needs, where I feel like my mom didn't really do that with me.
Yeah.
I understand, but it's like, I feel like she could have done better. I don't necessarily blame her, but I am having trouble releasing.
Okay. Well, here's one thing about your mom. It looks like she keeps ending up in third-party situations in love. So I feel like part of your resistant energy about your mom is that, like, there's something in you that knows that she keeps ending up in these third-party situations and she's just hurting herself. And she kind of needs to, like, stop stressing about love so much, and things will come together for her. So there's something in you that knows that. But let's see, why is it that you're holding resistant energy towards your mother? And it's the Four of Cups. Yeah, you feel there's this part of you that feels neglected. Okay, so what is the guidance? What is it that you need to see? There's another perspective here for you to take. What is that perspective shift for you? It's the Eight of Swords. It's like, okay, your mother. So it's interesting. Your mother, it's like your mother is what you don't like about it is that your mother is keeping herself small. She's keeping herself caged. Can you see this image? Are you looking at the same time as we're talking? Okay, yeah. So she's keeping herself small in a cage. You don't like that. And you know that there's something more for her, but at the same time, you need to free yourself from this. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, how did I do that? That's what the fuck I just asked. That's how I feel. So you feel rejected, neglected by your mother, and you feel like when I need you the most, all I have is this duck to come over here, this goose coming over here to hold this umbrella over my head. You're supposed to come over here and make me feel better. Okay, so there's something about, believe it or not, your mother, this is cold, hard fucking truth. People ain't gonna like it. Yes, mothers should be loving and nurturing and take care of their kids. And oh my God, we all deserve it. But the fact of the matter is your mother is your portal to get here. And if she fed you and kept you house, you know what, when I would get into it with my daughter when she was young and she would give me a problem, I would tell her, listen, I have to feed you, I have to clothe you, and I have to give you a place to stay. You don't have to like your clothes and you don't have to like your food neither. That's what I used to fucking tell her. That was so rude of me, but it's true. So interestingly enough, okay, let's see. We have the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups. This is definitely going back to, Page of Pentacles and the Tower. Yeah, so listen, this is all about your childhood. When you needed somebody to talk to, when you needed somebody to nurture you, when you needed somebody to provide for you and give you time, she wasn't there. That's the big thing, is she wasn't there. So your mommy issues has to do with your mom wasn't there for you as a kid, and it was like, it made you who I'm hearing. It got to your core in this feeling of unsupportedness. So the guidance for you is like, just like your mother makes herself small by focusing on these men in her life, and she's not living up to do more. There's this need for you to release yourself from the situation. Okay, that's all very clear. You know that. That's why you got this reading. Can we give her something we don't already know? Yeah, the Five of Swords. This is like a self-sabotaging back and forth in your head. Temperance is like patience. Moon, let go of the past. Wheel of Fortune, again, close out the cycle. That's very simple to say. So now the next thing I want to ask to help try to get you some useful guidance, because so far I feel like they've only said shit that you know. So what does she need to know that she hasn't already tried? What does she need to do different? There's something different that has to happen here. What is that? What is the different? Is it a perspective? Is it a different action? What is a different thing that she hasn't already tried that's going to help her release these emotions from the situation? And one thing that I heard a minute ago that I was busy talking, so I didn't say it, and now it's coming up again. So I'm going to stop talking while I'm shuffling the card and pulling the answer. But I'm going to talk about what I heard was this. You got to understand one thing that your mother did in the way she wasn't there for you the way you would have liked her to be, is she actually created a very, this desire that not only do you have, okay, because it's like a twofold thing. So in the desire to be more loved, cared for, and nurtured by your mother, it also created this desire, well, shit, if she ain't going to do it, I'm going to have to do it my damn self. The Five of Cups. Okay, I heard something big happened when you were 5 years old. It was very emotional. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you even remember this? And it's like, you got to release these emotions. Okay, so again, and they're saying, she doesn't know this. She doesn't know this. She doesn't remember this. Okay, what the hell? The Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Let go of the karmic cycle. The Six of Cups from your childhood. The Knight of Cups. Apologies over your childhood. And the Star. Literally what I'm getting is, this is what I'm getting. Your mother did the best she could with what she knew. Okay, whatever happened to you in your childhood, and I do feel like whatever it was, like maybe she didn't come home when you were 5. Something happened when you were 5. They're very adamant that something happened to you when you were 5 with your mother. She did the best she could with what she knew. She's not at the same place spiritually where you are now. We're all doing the best we can with what we know. And I'm here, and she comes from an era and a culture that is very centered on, if a woman ain't got a man, she ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not, I'm almost, is that what you're saying? Put yourself in her shoes. Remember, really, calculus to kindergartners. Have you heard me say that on the show before? Calculus to kindergartners? Because it's like the level of understanding that you are seeking from your mother then and now, she hasn't developed her brain, her spirituality. In other words, she hasn't evolved to the place to grasp that yet. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not saying anything negative about your mother. I'm just saying she is where she is in her journey, and she's not as far along as you are. So this is literally about forgiveness. I want to pull some words of clarity. I'm feeling the words of clarity. Give me some words of clarity on this experience to help guide Jasmine. She really wants peace with her mother. So you've been disturbed. With the calm card in reverse, I heard disturbed. Okay, rejuvenated is hiding underneath this disturbed energy. Why? Because you haven't released it. And what's hiding behind the release is disappointing. So your mother was disappointing you. Your mother, I'm hearing she didn't show up for something. She didn't show up. Maybe there was something you were doing at school when you were 5 and your mama didn't show up and everybody else's mama showed up. It could be that simple. Go back to something that simple, and you kind of carried it along. And then on top of that, she added more shit on top of it and more shit on top of it. And this is a challenging thing because it's very much, okay, thank you. They gave me a better question to ask, okay, to help us find the solution for you. Which is, okay, what is it that, what will help her, what will help you to release, to free yourself from this, to forgive and to release the stuff from your childhood? What is this? What is it you have to realize it's going to help free your energy up from this, because it's holding your energy in place in some sort of way. It's causing some sort of emotional hang up for you. And it's all about where your mother disappointed you. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Karmic cycles. Your mother. Oh, shit. Really? What they're showing me is with this card and this card together, your mother is still bound in karmic cycles.
That's funny because I was thinking that.
Your mother is bound up in karmic cycles. She's still stuck with the devil energy. She still thinks she's got to do shit the old school way. If you ain't got a man, you ain't got shit. What good is a woman without a man? You got to have a man to make it and all that type of shit. Your mother is still bound up in these karmic cycles. So what you got to understand is like you're dealing with your mother who is bound up in these karmic cycles. Let me get clarifiers on this for you, baby. I really want to help you have an emotional shift. I don't feel it yet. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 2 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Again, with the release it energy, release it and let it go energy. This 5 of Cups is the same thing that came out here. This is what you need to realize, 5 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups, love with boundaries, because, okay, here it is. This is part of it for you. Again, your mother's caught up in karmic cycles. You can't change her karmic cycles. The only karmic cycles you can change are those of your own. As simple as that sounds, this is about boundaries, and I don't feel like it's blocking your mother off. What it is it's kind of going to sound really fucked up. I'm not even going to lie. You have to do for yourself. In other words, the gift your mother gave you was this need for independence. By not being there, she gave you this need for independence. You're going to have to do it for yourself. You love your mom, so you're going to forgive her. And the boundary is you can't depend on her to nurture you. She don't know how. You can't depend on her. She definitely can't go back to the past and change anything she did, even when she does realize things. And I almost, I hear what you would love to have. What I hear is what you would love to have happen here is an apology about where she wasn't there in the past.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
You're not going to get it. That's your fucking ego. That's another reason the devil came up. Your ego wants you, your mother, well, you weren't there for me when I was a kid. You should apologize. You owe me an apology for that. That's not how it works. It's not going to happen. If you stay in that energy, it's a multiplication of the karmic cycle for you. It's continuing it. So this is weird because they're giving me, I don't know if you know this, but I was married for almost 10 years. And the partner I had, throughout that relationship, every time we had a problem, never ever apologized for anything. So it was up to me to just let it go, forgive and let it go for myself.
Yeah, that's something that I struggle with because I guess I come from my perspective. It's like I feel like she doesn't want to apologize because she knows. Because I understanding like she's trying to find happiness. She's not going to apologize for wanting to find happiness, and right. I can understand that. But I feel like it's more so wanting an apology for like I'm sorry, like kind of like I don't know. It's like one of those things that's like you say like you're sorry that you couldn't I guess I want an apology. I guess I want some type of an acknowledgement of like okay like. Maybe I could have done something like this, but that ain't going to happen or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like, or maybe it just needs to be a conversation, but I just still feel like I feel like it needs to be cleared.
So here's the thing. What I'm hearing is what you're seeking is validation from her about your feelings from your childhood. And you're not going to get it. That's like a kindergartner expecting an apology for my kindergartner for failing a fucking calculus test and drawing all over it. Instead, you're not going to get it. So with that, if you could understand that she doesn't have the mental, it's like the mind mechanics are not there with her. That part of her is not functioning there. And actually what I'm hearing is your need for validation from her has transpired and moved into other aspects of your life.
Yeah, relationships.
Yep, where you're seeking validation from other people. So I feel, I hear.
And that clicks a lot.
Yep.
Everything.
And so what you need to learn to be is satisfied with knowing that regardless of anybody else, how you feel is valid and it is real. But it doesn't always mean they're going to come to you right. That doesn't mean they're going to correct course. So let's see, what is the answer? What's the solution that you really need right now? What is the overall solution that you really need right now? You need a solution in this to help you release this energy. King of Wands, the female King of Wands. Ooh, this is juicy. I love it. If you would understand that, yes, you've adapted some ideas and mentalities and behaviors that haven't been very beneficial, but you know what they are. You understand that you have this desire for validation from the external world. But one thing that your mother also gave you in this is you go and you make shit happen for yourself. You've turned into this King of Wands energy because she wasn't there for you. If your mother was there coddling you and babying you, you wouldn't be as determined and ambitious as you are. And where has your determination and ambition brought you and taken you that your mother ain't never seen and other people you've met have never seen, is what I'm hearing. Does that sound accurate to you?
Yeah.
Okay. King of Cups, emotional mastery is part of the solution. Okay. Judgment. Wise judgment is one of the things your mother gave you. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Okay. And the Knight of Swords. So this is about you confronting the negativity, the negative ideas, the negative headspace. So every time you get into this idea of judging your mother because she wasn't available, because yes, she is. You look at this. You're showing, what they're saying is your mother is showing up as the king. No, your mother's showing up as the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Your mother is fucking unreliable and flighty at best. But here you are in the King of Cups. You understand things about love. So the judgment, the decision is, listen, Mom. In other words, our parents show us so much of how to do shit wrong. Now you know how to do shit right. You know what to do for yourself. You know that if you have children and people that really matter in your life and your family, that it feels ugly if you put these flighty ass relationships above them. If you have, do you have children?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So because of how your mother was with you, you show up for your kids. You don't let your children think somebody is more important than them. Surprise. Your mother came to show you how to do it better so you could create a different cycle. In other words, when you know what you don't want, it helps you define what you do want. And that was the big purpose in this. And when you make peace with that and let that be your validation. Yeah, my mother was never really fucking there for it. My daddy committed suicide. He was physically abusive, mentally abusive. He was a drug user and he committed suicide. So you know what? Everything in me, I try to talk right to my kids. I've gotten a hold of my rage so that I don't beat the shit out of my kids like my dad used to beat the shit out of us. And when life gets really fucking hard, no matter how much I just want to drop everything and give up, I'm not going to go kill myself because I'm not going to do to my kid what my parents did to me. Likewise with my mother. My mother was a Korean lady, so she was extra super submissive. Thanks for teaching me how to fucking bend to everybody's will, Mom. Because now at 43 years old, I'm finally figuring out that, you know what, how to stand my own ground on my own 2 feet and use my mouth and stand up for myself and not just do what the fuck they tell me to do. But it took a lot to get there. So our parents come in and they're kind of fucking shitty most of the time. It's kind of like this divine design, the way things work out. And wherever your parents were shitty, the point of it is to teach you how to do it better. And thank your mother for teaching you how important it is to be there for your children above any fucking relationship. And above giving yourself away, trying to chase after some dude. That is where your solution lies. And it's in emotional mastery. You had to, at a young age, begin learning how to make yourself feel better, how to take care of yourself, because your mama won't go do it for you. She wasn't there for that. So when you grasp a hold of how your mother being a shitty person as a parent, I mean, I'm not saying she's an overall shitty person. I feel like your mother is generally, she's a good person. It's just she's got this old mentality that made her kind of a shitty parent in a certain way that we now understand, like, that's just not cool. You know, even when I was a kid, we used to, I remember being around 4 or 5 years old, and me and my little sister, I'm a year and a half older than her, was home fucking alone. I don't even like my grandchildren being left in the car alone. We don't leave them alone, and they're older than we were. You know what I'm saying? Our parents teach us how to do shit in a fucked up way so we can make it better. And when you fully get a grip on that and realize how your children's life is better because of it, it will give you all the validation you need. How does that feel?
It feels good. See, like, all these things, I feel like it's stuff that I know, but I think it hits different when someone else tells you. Like, it's like confirmation. Like, confirmation that I need, because I still need in that phase that I'm trying to wean away from.
Yeah. What they're saying, the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups. What they're saying is, remember that you're not that kid anymore. You're not that kid anymore. And your children don't live that lifestyle. So your mother gave you a crash course in parenting when you were a kid and you didn't know it. The bottom of the deck on the clarifiers is the Star card. It was about healing this energy of being so attached to who's loving you instead of taking care of what you have. And there's that vibe there too of don't look at what left your life or what's not there, but look at what is here now. Ooh, this is interesting. The bottom of the words of clarity is protection. So actually your mother's actions served as a protection for you. Why? Because you became a mother. Now, here's this thing, what I'm hearing. And I know I've gone over time, but it is important. And I feel like a lot of people are going to benefit from your personal reading. So in some type of way, it served as a protection, the things that you went through, because first off, again, you learned this delicate balance of be there for your kids, but also let them do things on their own. Make them independent. See, you had to do things in a very independent way as a kid when your mother wasn't there for you. But you know that children need nurturing and loving and coddling and all these things as well. What that did was give you this balance to now you will impart that to your children. So you'll teach them that their mommy loves them and is always there for them and doesn't put some dude in front of them ever. But you'll also teach them qualities of independence so that they aren't completely dependent upon you to feel valid in this world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Does that feel lighter than when we started this conversation?
Yeah, it is. I mean, first it hits deep, so then it's always like having to go back, and then I will go back and I will rewatch the video, and then I will journal, and then that's when it starts to like lift.
Good. Be good. Good.
I'm like, it might be hitting like there's a lag between what you're saying and then the thing, so just throwing that out there.
It's a processing time. Okay. Good. So that's what I have for you, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future, because I know one thing you will do is you're going to reach back out to me and let me know. You'll send me a text or you'll comment on a video and you'll let me know when this processing hits as deep as what is coming through. Okay. All right, good. All right, baby. Thank you so much for your reading.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So if you want a personal reading like this, yeah, you can have one, but you need to go to my website and make that purchase at LPHtarot.com. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby.